Holy crap, the Phillies are good. Today on SB Baseball. And welcome to the SB Baseball Podcast, guys. I'm your host, Alan. And today we're doing something a little different today, guys. We're going to take a look at the Phillies. Phillies are the best team in baseball right now. Odds-on favorites to win the World Series. Just absolutely crushing it. They're 37-14 on the season. 725 win percentage. They're so good. The Braves, who are one of the favorites going into the season to win the World Series, are like 6 games back of them. The Phillies are just by far and away running away with it. They just got done sweeping the Rangers. Defending World Series champs Rangers just got swept. This was the 7th sweep of the season for the Phillies. Let that sink in for a second. So far this season, they have swept 7 series. It's insane. It's crazy what they're doing over there in Philly right now. They've got right now currently they've won 9 of their last 10. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They've won 6 straight games, and I mean things are just looking like they're just going to keep that streak going. Like, I don't see any reason for them not to keep it going. They got the Rockies up next, which, I mean, come on. It's the Rockies, right? The Rockies they're not any good. The Phillies should take care of that pretty easily. Let's take a look at some of the things that they're doing right now. They have scored 277 runs so far this season. That's first in baseball. Sorry, just a straight baseball. First in the league. They're averaging 5.4 runs a game, which is insane. They're hitting 260 as a team, which is second in the league. On base percentage, 338. That's first in the league. Slugging percentage is 420 for fifth in the league. So just where they're sitting at with all that. Now let's take a look at pitching. Okay, they're doing great hitting wise. How are they doing pitching? They got a 3.14 ERA, third in the league. Quality starts, so their starters are just getting after it. And we'll get into those starters here in a second, guys. They're 30 quality starts, first in the league. A whip of 1.15 for sixth in the league. And teams are hitting 223 against them, fifth in the league. So in all your major categories, they're top 5. Top 6, we'll say, with whip being sixth. Hitting wise, they're top 5 in all 4 of the major categories. Their run differential right now, they're plus 93. Plus 93. Teams are scoring 3.6 runs per game against them. So they're averaging winning by 2, essentially, because they're averaging 5.4. They're giving up an average of 3.6. So they're winning by an average of 2 runs. And that plus 93, the next closest team is going to be the Yankees at plus 84. And then after that, you're looking at plus 77 with the Dodgers. So they're by far away the leaders in that area. As far as hitting is concerned, they just got a whole lineup that just hits all the way through the lineup, right? I mean, you got Bryce Howard there. Alec Boehm is having himself a great year. They just what's it? Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber, just listening to what he's doing it's pretty crazy, because he is hitting his batting average is 223. He's their leadoff hitter, and he has a 223 batting average. And you're like, man, 223 and he's leadoff? Yeah, but his on base percentage is 350. 350. He's drawn 37 walks so far this year. So his batting average isn't that high, but all he does is get on base. Just gets on base. That's it. He's like, and here's the thing. He is 6th on the team in on base percentage. I mean, you got Edmundo Sosa, who's got a 417 on base percentage. Trey Turner's 392. Bryce Harper's 390. Alec Boehm's 379. And Bryson Stott's 372. and you got guys like JT Realmuto, who's having himself a pretty good year this year. 7 home runs, 20 RBIs, 331 on base percentage. He's hitting 285. But I think the thing that is helping this team out the most is their pitching. As far as the pitching is concerned, their top three, their starters, are one of the best three in the league. Ranger Suarez, who's 9-0 in he's got 10 games pitched, 10 quality starts, 9-0. He's thrown 66 innings. He's only given up 40 runs, or not 40 runs, 40 hits, 10 earned runs on the season, 68 strikeouts. His Ks per 9 innings are 9.3. He's got a 1.36 ERA. And then you go to Zach Wheeler, who's having an equally as great season. Now he's 6-3 on the season. He's got 76 strikeouts. His Ks per 9 inning are 10.1. His ERA is 2.53, and his WHIP is .98. And then Aaron Nola, who's having a resurgence this year. He had a little bit of a rocky year last year, but he's 6-2 so far this season. He has Ks per 9 inning is 8.3 as he struck out 60 batters so far this year. He's got a 3.05 ERA. I mean, with those three, just with the average, right? The average amount of runs that the Phillies are scoring right now, they're averaging 5.4. So your worst of your three is he's got an ERA of 3.05. You know, Jose Alvaredo's leading the team in saves, but the thing is, they don't need a lot of saves. You know, because they're winning by a decent amount, so they're not qualifying for saves. Jeff Hoffman is second on the team with 4. You got Gregory Soto with 2, and then Ricardo Pinto with 1. So you're looking at 16 saves in 37 wins. So they don't have to rely on the pitchers getting the saves because they're up by so much. It doesn't even matter. It's not even mattering. And with your starting three going 21-6 on the season, that's awesome, right? And that's what you need. Like when you get into the playoffs, you need to have solid starters. And you've got 3 guys who are not only giving you great quality starts, they're going deep into games, high Ks, not giving up a lot of runs. It's what you need. If Ranger Suarez just keeps going the way he's going, not only is he going to win the Cy Young, but there's a good chance that he's going to be right there in the running for a league MVP. You know, at 9-0 right now, and if he just keeps winning, at a certain point in time, you have to go, okay, we got to consider this guy for a league MVP. Right? It's typically tough for a pitcher because they're not out there on a day-to-day basis. But if you have someone having the season that he's having, you at least have to entertain the discussion. Especially if you, now I'm not saying he's going to, but like let's just say this guy finishes the season undefeated. When was the last time we had a pitcher go undefeated? I don't know. It's unheard of. Unheard of. So, I mean, top to bottom, this team is just, they're better than everybody. I mean, we haven't even talked about Nick Castellanos, right? He's only hitting 206 this season, on base percentage of 278. But he's good for some clutch hits, right? He's got 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Alec Boehm is having himself a really great year. He's leading the team in batting average, hitting 323. He's leading the team in RBIs with 46 and hits at 61. Bryce Harper is Bryce, right? I mean, Bryce Harper on base percentage 390, 12 home runs on the season, 37 RBIs. You've just got a kind of just a top to bottom, just a great lineup. Bryson Stott has been having himself a great year. You know, he's hitting 265, but he's got an on base percentage of 372. 372. He's got 25 walks on the season. So, just a fun team to watch. Really do enjoy watching them play. They're fun. What can you say? I'm here for it. I want to see them just keep going, keep winning, just keep knocking out of the park, right? But how you guys think the Phillies? I mean, obviously you think the Phillies are doing good. Are they going to be able to maintain this? keep this going. The Dodgers are going to be trouble for them later on, right? But I feel like right now, as it sits, top to bottom, but I think where the Phillies get the Dodgers is with that pitching. Starters 1 through 3 are just great. But it's a little deep dive into the Phillies and how their season's going, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you want some more deep dives into some teams? I'm down to clown, right? Let's have some fun. Let's talk about some teams. Let's dive into it and let's see how they're doing. But thank you guys so much for listening. I definitely appreciate it. If you would do me a favor, just go hit that like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. But guys, thank you so much for listening again. This has been a little MLB deep dive in the Philadelphia Phillies. As always, guys, I'm your host, Alan. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thank you for listening to the SB Baseball Podcast.